start of action. Number 44 is Merle Bettenhausen, one of the two racing Bettenhausen brothers in the race from Tinley Park, Illinois. The car owned by Boyce Holt. It has a Chevrolet engine. There's number 1, Mario Andretti, in the brand new racing machine. It's never been on a track before. Number 2, Al Unser, the 1970 Indianapolis 500 winner. Gesturing for the car in front of him, Johnny Rutherford's, to get moving. They'd like to get out on the track. They'll get all the cars in line, have a pace lap, and then they'll go. Mechanics scattering to the four winds, getting out of the way.
This will be no pit stops, Jim. There's enough fuel on board to go the 100 miles, and it's usually a non-stop event. One of the problems that will face these drivers in the early going, and one of the reasons why they'll strive for the lead early, is the fact that the mud on the track tends to clog up radiators, and they don't want to follow anybody and get their radiators clogged and suffer then from an overheating problem. Some of the cars will almost certainly overheat before this race is over today. We've got 3 of the cars in the competition are using roll cages. Number 57, driven by Jimmy Carruthers, the car driven by Greg Weld, and one other machine, Bruce Walkup's car. 3 of 28 are using the new roll cage, which protects the driver in the event of a rollover, and this has been the trend in open cockpit racing here in the East United States for other circuits, and I think perhaps in dirt track racing on the United States Auto Club circuit next year they'll be mandatory on this type of car.
Okay, well, there's the first row again. The red car, the one on the left that we were watching a moment ago, number 20, Larry Dixon, and number 18, Johnny Rutherford. In the second row, 41 will be Greg Weld with the cage over his car. Number 16 will be Gary Bettenhausen. Third row, number 1, Mario Andretti. Number 2, Al Unser. There you see the cage. Just went through your picture. Number 9 is Mike Mosley, 14, McElreath. The other cars moving through the picture. Another of the roll cage cars making their first appearance, and there you saw the third one coming into the picture. That certainly could be the coming thing in all branches of racing, further protection for the driver. The pace car is still out in front. And there's the first row again. Dixon in his unaccustomed pole position in this kind of racing. And incidentally, remember, they're racing on a dirt track for the first time this year. Dirt tracks are limited to this state fair circuit, and they'll be moving on from here to Des Moines, Illinois for another one, and later to Indianapolis. Tomorrow, of course, they'll be racing on a paved surface at Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ontario, California, that big 500-mile race on the new track out there September 6th. And we will be at Indianapolis Fairgrounds when they have the Hoosier 100. There's a couple of the roll cage machines side by side for the moment. Let's see if we're going to get a start. Getting in line, looks like we might get the green flag from starter Shim Malone. 100 laps scheduled, which will be 100 miles. A 1-mile track, used more often for harness racing as it has been since before the turn of the century, but once a year for an automobile race. Looks like they're going to get another pace lap before they begin.
And wouldn't you know, Jim, the sun is coming out.
For the first time on this long Saturday afternoon in Illinois, the sun is in fact shining through the clouds. There's the first row again. Remember Dixon, number 20, Rutherford, 18, Greg Weld in the cage, Al Unser, number 2 there. Number 3 was Bobby Unser, the red car that went through. They're going to take the final pace lap by themselves. The pace car is off the track, so they'll go around lined up just as perfectly as they can be. I wonder what they'll take the green flag.
I wonder what's running through the minds of the rookies. Here they are, at the bottom rung of the ladder leading to the big time. Every driver in the competition is a stranger to them. They don't know the idiosyncrasies. They don't know the car. It's the first time they've been in a particular automobile. It's rather a difficult position to be in, I'm sure.
It sure is. Each man out there with some particular little problem of his own. Mario Andretti in a brand new car and with a very fresh memory of last week in Austria when he got upside down in his Formula One racing car and had a very dicey bit of racing luck. A.J. Foyt, who obviously would be a little bit worried about his dad who's in the hospital in Houston and watching the telecast today. Each man on the track, as each man in life, with his own personal thoughts and problems going through his mind. Problem number 1, of course, to these men, and the one they must concentrate on, is the race at hand, 100 laps of danger here in Illinois.
Larry Dixon, the driver of the pole position car, is leading in the point standings for the sprint championship, and he's a member of the STP team, and in order to stay on it, he's going to have to show well. Here they come now, Jim.
Well, Larry has the best chance today. He's on the pole as they come to take the green flag from Jim Malone, and there they go. They're off. Greg Wells is trying to make a move early, but it's Johnny Rutherford out in front going into the first turn, and they didn't get the green flag. How about that?
Yeah, they sent him around one more time, Jim. At the last moment, Malone pulled the green in and hung the yellow out.
Well, that was, yeah, they fooled me because they obviously had started to move. Weld was moving up on the outside, and then he did withdraw the green flag, put out the yellow again, so now they have to get back into order.
Malone apparently didn't like the way the tail enders were strung out, Jim. The early cars looked good, but back in the field they were strung out a bit, and it was sort of a ragged start. They'll tighten up now, and they are tightened up over there in turn number 3 of this oval 1-mile dirt track here in the state capitol, and this time perhaps we'll get the green flag for good.
Okay, Shim, you faked me out the last time. Let's watch that green and yellow even more closely this time as they come around the turn. We get to accelerate again. Well, there it is, the green flag out, and they are in fact racing. Johnny Rutherford taking the lead, but now it is Dixon trying to slide down below him. They're just about side by side. Rutherford up high is taking over the lead as they come out of turn number 2 and into the back straight for the first time. It is Johnny Rutherford in car number 18, in second place Larry Dixon, and in third place Greg Weld. Al Unser is 4th, and Mario Andretti is 5th in his brand new racing machine.
One rookie's already out, Jim. Toby Tobias, number 77, has pulled in the pits, apparently never took the green flag.
Coming around for the finish on lap 1. And it is Johnny Rutherford in the lead, closely pursued by Larry Dixon. Greg Weld is 3rd. Al Unser 4th. Mario Andretti 5th. But Al Unser is beginning to move up. He's the man we might keep an eye on. The current leader of the point standing, but now Al has slowed down. I think Mario got a little bit of in front of him, and Mario has moved up into 3rd position. So it's Rutherford, Dixon, and Andretti, the STP cars running 2 and 3. Then Greg Weld, and then Al Unser. On the second lap of 100 scheduled, they finally got underway just a minute ago here as the sun began to shine in Springfield.
Greg Weld, the number 41, is called at the pits, and he is out of it early.
Okay, it's still Johnny Rutherford and Larry Dixon, Mario Andretti 3rd, Greg Weld 4th, and Al Unser 5th. Gary Bettenhausen is now 4th. But Al Unser is trying to pass him, and there he goes. And another car comes spooking into the pits with a blown engine.
Bruce Walkup, number 98.
They come to the start-finish line. Mario Andretti has hit the wall. That's the report they got. I didn't actually see it happen. But some debris did come off his car.
Now, Jim, that Mario threw that out of the side of the car. Whatever it is, it was some part of the car that Mario just threw out. He apparently grazed the wall in the corner, came down the straightaway, and the number 1 car looks okay at this point.
Okay, well, Al Unser has just passed Larry Dixon. That we can tell you. So Al Unser is on his way for the lead. In first place is number 18. That's Johnny Rutherford. Remember the surprise second place qualifier at Indianapolis. And now Al Unser is 2nd. Larry Dixon is 3rd. Gary Bettenhausen is 4th. And Andretti is dropping back, and I think he is going to come off the racetrack. Mario Andretti pulling into the pit area. And whether he makes that left turn or not, no, he's not going to do that. They're going to try to fix whatever it is that's wrong with his machine. Larry Dixon is also slowing down, so it's a bad lap for STP.